we ever meet Mordecai or Rigby's biological parents? And will they be embarrassing or really cool?
We've had some stories starting to surface in our writers' games that deal with parents and family, and I think it may start filtering in. We haven't kind of like really nailed how we want them to be, so it could go on either side. Could be
I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, I always try and push stories about Mordecai's mom, and they always reject them because I'm always like, okay, Mordecai's mom is really hot. And they're like, no. And I think we try and do Don stories every once in a while. Like Rigby's brother, Don, we try and do.
Yes.
And they always get rejected too.
Oh. Bring him back.
Daisy,
Does anybody else have a favorite character that JG refuses to bring back? Is it a favorite?
The astronauts.
Tecmo.
There hasn't been a story good enough to bring back.
The astronauts. Cheesy. For cheesy.
I heard baby ducks. I think they're coming.
Baby ducks.
They're dead.
How do you ride a time pony?
You gotta get on it facing forward.
No, but seriously. So I guess somebody else kind of addressed it, just the way the shows go. I mean, literally, most of them start like, hey, let's go buy a board game, and something crazy happens, and so every time I see the episode, I don't know if I'm just like on the same kind of wavelength, but I'm hoping this happens, and something around that area, like this weird mystical, magical thing happens. I mean, are you guys ever actually gonna do a regular show episode where they just go through, like they're just hanging out at the park and the show starts and then it just ends and nothing crazy happens?
I think the closest we'll get to that is some crazy fight scene at the end, which might not actually be magical, but yeah, I think that's part of the hook of the show.
Yeah, like the karaoke episode wasn't like too crazy. It was just like them singing karaoke in the bar and there's a big fight. So that was kind of regular.
Although the part where like it starts working with the words and stuff, that was pretty rad. Yeah. But that's more music video-ish. It's not like a literal.
It was kind of fun that we recorded an episode recently. I can't go into details, but there was a moment where the crazy thing is tempting them, and Mordecai basically goes, "No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to." And that doesn't hold for the whole episode, but it's nice to know that they're starting to kind of catch on. Like maybe doing that is a bad plan.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Over here.
You said that you went to, you had your student like movies or whatever, and like, who inspired you to do those kind of characters?
Well, I grew up watching The Simpsons and Rocko's Modern Life. I always really liked cartoons, and I always wanted to make cartoons. And then when I got into, like, I was always making little flip books, and I think a lot of us actually were doing that, and a lot of us made films just because we really wanted to, and we kind of like floated towards television, where you just get to make lots of short films all the time. So just for fun, I guess.
Over there.
You know how Pops always has a big head? What is the reason of that?
Why does he have a big head?
Because I have so much love inside of me.
Also, it's from like a brain tumor from a cell phone or something.
I've watched the episode a few times. I forget what it's called, but it's the episode with, I think they're called the Crew or something like that, and with Pops. And the episode where Pops, they have like the rap battle.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that episode a few times and I realized one of the characters looked a lot like Tyler, the Creator. And I went online and I guess it was based off him. How did you go around that, and what was your inspiration?
That's his voice.
Well, yeah.
That's him.
I know, but like, like,
Well,
where did you go around?
Sean storyboarded that episode with Kat, and why don't you talk about why you thought that would be a good character to use?
Yeah, I guess I don't know, just recently I discovered him and his music, and I was just a fan, and I thought, like, I saw his like first video he made, Tyler the Creator, and it was really cool, and so I thought it would be cool to try to get him, and I knew that he liked cartoons and stuff, because he's always like talking about Adventure Time and stuff on Twitter and things, and he was a fan of regular show. He was kind of like really stoked to like come. He was like freaking out when he met JG, and yeah, it was just fun to like be able to bring like real guys who can rap and like kind of come in and do that instead of just me rapping, which wouldn't have been as good.
That's really funny when he was just like weirding out over the voice, since it's just my voice, but he was like,
There? Yes, sir.
You wanted to know if you could see more of the Power Glove episode.
We can watch more of it now. It's only 10 days away.
it's very soon. It's the next new episode.
Thank you.
Come by on Monday.
Hi, I got 2 questions. One, what inspired the look of the show? Like, who are your influences artistically?
I got a bunch. Well, when I was going to school, I had a roommate who was British, and he exposed me to a lot of British stuff. So, like, Mighty Boosh is like one of the it's a big influence.
I can see that.
And then just a lot of like dark comedies. There's like Little Britain and League of Gentlemen. And then on the like animation side, like The Simpsons and Rocky Horror Life and Ren and Stimpy and all those kind of shows.
Nice.
No surprise, the show's doing very well in the UK when we're allowed to air it. That's great.
There are some episodes that they do not air over there.
And the second question is, the show has a big emphasis on music, but there's not really a theme song. Why was it decided not to have the theme song?
Well, part of it was that the network wanted really short openings, and so they told us how long it could be, and we were like, okay, what are we going to do with that? And we decided to just do a really quick kind of sound piece, and then just go into it. And it was like, I don't know, that just became what it was. It was like cold open, just simple, like just show the credits and show the episode. And so that's why we went so simple with it. It was time constraints plus what would be cool, and the answer was a Korg synthesizer.
Except that as we're doing a montage of all of our theme songs, we get to regular show and you're like, doesn't really happen. You and the awesome shirt.
Thank you. I want to say that I love all the 80s references. The Evil Dead episode, which was by far my favorite. And the guest voice actors, my lid was officially flipped when Robert Englund was the huntsman when they go camping. And this question was actually for Sam. Do you ever find yourself doing my mom jokes in real life?
Maybe I was thinking of, oh, that's a good my mom joke. Just thinking. I don't say them out loud.
Do you have a favorite my mom joke?
I think it was the one that he didn't get to finish, but Spencer cut him off. It's like, you know who else likes to play the horn or something? Play a mean piece of brass.
I find it kind of interesting how most of the main characters are all anthropomorphic, and like everyone else in the city is human, and no one actually seems to notice that. I was just wondering what was the thinking behind that, and how did you choose what type of animal or inanimate object each of the main characters are?
Well, the human characters are like really just kind of like a backdrop, kind of like real life, where it's like where you have your real friends, like they're all special to you, but the people in the background are just like plain generic people, and you're like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of people over here. And it makes them stand out more, obviously, in crowd shots, which helps. And then as far as the way they look, a lot of them are just kind of random. Like, I really like raccoons, and raccoons are jerks. So it's like, Benson is the machine, he's like the man, that's Lance was a gumball machine and the boss, and Mordecai is kind of, I just really liked Blue Jays growing up, and also Mordecai from the Royal Tenenbaums, so that's where that came from. Skips, I don't even know how that happened. And Pops, that's also like, I don't know, lollipop guy.
Thank you.
I have to bring back Wedgie Ninja or something like, or the other people in the funny videos.
In the internet world? I don't know if we're ever going to bring, well, Wedgie Ninja, he did a very noble thing.
Yeah, that the sky and fought on other people.
I mean, we might bring him back. I don't know.
Sir. Hey there, guys. You guys are talking about censorship. You know the episode of table hockey where the the guy from the table hockey cut off Prince's head clean off, you know? Was that actually like the worst thing you guys had to like kind of go about? Like UK, like you said, UK mentioned they banned a lot of stuff like that. But the most graphic one that you guys could go pull away with, get away with, I'm sorry?
What was that?
There's something much worse than you thought.
How did we get away? Because they said no. They were like, I don't think we should cut this guy's head off. But
Is that still in it?
Well, I think
So you just
it's
turned him
in
into
at first it was a human head, wasn't it? It was a human with a human head.
So you turned him into a
They weren't
gumball.
comfortable with that.
turned into a gumball machine.
Step 2, don't show any blood that you can see on screen.
We tried for gumballs, but I think even that was. So it ended up just being a clean cut.
And he's just Benson the Princess, right? There's nothing else that you can get out of him. He's just a gumball machine person.
Yeah, that was like the max. You know, he was his star pupil.
Ah, okay. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Have you, first, can I hear, quotation mark, Mordecai and Rigby say, ah? Have you ever thought about bringing back Huge Head from the wrestling episode?
Oh, what do you guys think down the line? Yes or no? Huge
For
hit?
sure, yes, for sure. Definitely. It's a possibility. That's a good question. We have a prize pack for good questions. Please come to the front, sir.